Okay, so what is your name and your branch of military?
My name is Tommy Dixon. I was a U.S. in United States Navy, corpsman, hospital corpsman in the Navy. I served, worked in a hospital, and I was in the Navy 3.5 years, and enjoyed every minute of it I was in there, but saw a lot of hurt and pain, so it's kind of wasn't a fun thing in some ways, but in other ways it was really enjoyable being able to work with people, doctors and nurses and stuff like that.
Where were you stationed at?
Stationed in San Diego, California. Went to boot camp, NTC, right by Camp Pendleton. Went to A school at Balboa Hospital. Then I was stationed at Balboa Hospital for the rest of my time there. Yeah, like I said, it was a fun time. It was totally different than today. Society was different, times were different, everything was totally different. I go in the hospital today and I'd be lost. I had to go in there and work now.
Were there any wars or anything near the time that you served?
I served, it's Vietnam War was going on. We were about in the middle of it. I went in 1967. I was in 10th grade in high school and I got in trouble, which should be a lesson for you guys. I got kicked out of high school, so I got a notice from the United States Army to join. They were going to draft me, so I joined the Navy, and it was a really good decision. Got some good schooling, and I wouldn't have made a different choice. It'd be the same now. If I had to do it all over again, I'd join the Navy.
Okay, so what did you experience during your time?
I'll tell you what, during that time, the Vietnam War, there was a lot of young people coming back from over there to our hospitals. They were my age. Like I was 18, they were 18, 19, 20-year-olds coming back from over there. And just out of high school, some of them like me, didn't finish high school. And they were coming back with legs and arms missing, body parts missing, just really terrible. And my job was to work with these people and on their medical issues and also their mental issues, because some of them didn't want to see their families and didn't want to see their wives, and didn't want to eat, they didn't want to live. But working with these and encouraging them, everybody, pretty much that I know recovered from it to the best of their abilities.
So what were some of the sacrifices you saw or experienced?
Well, when you're that young of age and you're seeing your buddies dying around you, it changes your whole life, your whole outlook on life, and prospect of everything in your future when you come back and you're not whole as a human being. These young men were put in a war, but they loved their country. They fought for you and me, and they were willing to die for it. So you can have your freedom today to do what you do. Go where you go and see what you see and think the way you think and voice your opinion. Freedoms that we have today, a price was paid for it by these young men. There were sacrifices that beyond anything that you can imagine. They were treated terribly when they came back. They were spit upon, and people mocked them and made fun of them and didn't want anything to do with them. And but they all to a one, everyone that I talked to said they'd all do it again. I asked them in the hospitals when they were in the beds, they were hurting. And I said, let me ask you a question. I said, all of you that I've worked with, I said, would you do what you did again? And every one of them said yes. We love our country. We love our people, our families, and our friends. And the sacrifices we made were nothing.
So how does war affect our soldiers?
Mentally, it's a life-changing experience. You're not never mentally the same. Like I said, when you're 17, 18 years old, and you got kids in your school right now that are 17, 18 years old, imagine them being on a battlefield with a gun in their hand, fighting an enemy that's trying to kill them, and their buddies are dying and around them, and it affects you mentally. Physically, you come back with wounds, and you're not sane. But it takes a lot of courage to do what these young men did. I saw it. firsthand. But you can be trained, and you can go to all kinds of preparations for battle. But once you get in it, and the things that happens there, you take with you the rest of your life.
Okay, so what does Veterans Day mean to you?
It's a day of appreciation for all those men who gave their lives. Very emotional thing for me, because I saw the death, I saw the injuries, saw the wounded. I worked with them in the hospital, and the dedication that was there to this country, to our flag, to our Constitution, that so many people today mock and make fun of. Communism is what we were fighting in Vietnam. Communists tried to force their way, and they did. They finally won the battle, but they haven't won the war, because there's going to be a war fought that they can't win. But that's what we were fighting: socialism and communism in Vietnam, sponsored by China, Chinese communists. They were backing the Vietnamese all the way, the North Vietnamese Communist Party, and that's who we were fighting: communism.
So what would you like to tell our younger generations?
Be thankful that you're born in America. Be thankful that you have a country where you can travel from wherever you want to go, and the freedoms you have, the freedom of speech, the freedom of thinking, and you're not told. Today there's so many people around the world that you have freedom to go to church, you have freedom of faith, you have freedom of speech, and y'all don't know this, but see, I've seen it, I've lived through it in the past 50 years. And the Berlin Wall came down, and Germany, one half was communist and one half was a free country. And the communist part of the people over there, they were restricted. They couldn't do anything. They were pretty much controlled, watched everywhere they went, told what to do, what to say, where they could go, where they couldn't. And now it's a free Germany today, and they're rejoined as a nation. So we don't realize the consequences of what our country is going through today if we head in that direction. I'm going to tell you right now. You look at the Chinese people over there today. They've got people and they're sent to work camps and everything else. They're being forced labor because they don't believe the communist way. They have their faith and religion, and we don't. We're blessed in this country. The freedoms you have right now to do what you do, to think the way you think, to believe the way you believe. Somebody died for that. Some soldier in some war. In 1919, World War I, they had boys 13 and 14 years old volunteering, getting in the military somehow, and fighting in wars, dying because they loved this country. They didn't want them taken over by the Germans. We had to fight them twice, World War I and II. So communism is strong in our world today. Socialism is strong. Be thankful. Be grateful for where you're at, because you don't want. That's why people are coming to this country from other countries in Latin America, South America, and Europe, the Middle East. They want to come here because we have freedom. We have an opportunity. This land is a great land. It's a great country. Why do you think these people come here? From where they're at, they have no life. So think about that. Why they're coming here today.
Okay, so would you do it over again? And if so, would you do anything differently?
I would do it over again. Without a doubt, I would have. One thing that I didn't get to do, I wanted to go to Vietnam. I don't know why I wanted to go. Well, I know why I wanted to go, but I didn't get to go. They wouldn't let me go. For some reason, I applied for Vietnam three times, and I wanted to go help those men that were dying, that were wounded on the ground, because I'm a corpsman. That's my job. That's what I was supposed to do. Help the wounded, fix them up on the battlefield, help them get off and get to the hospitals, save life wherever I could. And I thought I could do something, I could contribute to that. But I didn't get to go, and I guess it was in God's plan that I didn't. I probably would have got killed, because I would have sacrificed my life for one of those guys. I would have done it in a minute. God knew that, and I guess that they saw that, and he saw it, and he said, it wasn't my time to go, and he didn't want me there, so I didn't get to go. But joining the military was the best thing that I did. It taught me discipline, taught me respect, taught me I can't have everything my way. I can't have everything when I want it. I can't have everything I want, you know. But if I do play by the rules, I get rewards. And I got my rewards through my work and through my time in the military, at the end of my military, through all the work that I did in different places in the hospital, intensive care, on the baby ward, orthopedic wards. I got to move up, and I got to work in security, which was a gravy job. And but rank comes with it, pay comes with it, but just by being obedient. See, we want everything today, and right now we can't have it. You know, we got to work and take our time for it. I worked really hard when I was in the Navy to get what I got out of it, and when I got out, I was proud of what I did, and I had something to be thankful for, and you know, I credited it to my learning discipline, because I didn't have any when I went in.
So what would you have to say to the younger generation that's thinking about joining the military when they graduate?
It's a rewarding thing. You go in and you got to learn discipline. You got to do what you're told, and that's okay, but when you come out, if you go into the military, you go in to learn a craft or skill, computer technology or medicine or whatever. You can get that in the Navy, or you can get it in the Air Force. And the Army and Marines have the same thing. They have schools that you can go to, and when you get out, you have college. And I could have been a doctor. They offered me the opportunity when I got out to be a doctor. I didn't want to be a doctor. I wanted to be a dentist, but I didn't go to school for it. But I got married instead, which was a good thing. But there are so many opportunities in the military today. They've advanced so much more now. They have more opportunities now than they had even back then, because of computer technology and all this kind of stuff that we didn't have back then. Computers wasn't even heard of back then. Cell phones and all this kind of stuff. But you can go in the Navy now, and you go on a ship is totally computerized, and the tanks are totally computerized. The jets and the planes are totally computerized. So if you can be an aircraft mechanic or doctor or nurse or technician of any kind, you can make money when you come out, and you can apply that skill. And so going into the military, not only that, it's very rewarding. You get to travel, you get to see people, meet people, and see how other people live their lives in different countries, and you can learn from that experience. I would say right now, if I was getting out of high school and knew what I knew back then, I would join again. I would definitely do it, because it's an experience that you can only get from the military, and that life that you live there.
So do you have anything else you would like to share?
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you what, this world that we're living in today has changed so much, and I don't know if it's for the better or for the worse, but you know, we look at things around us, and I'm looking at things are changing now, and say this: there is a God. I know that for a fact. I've seen the blessings. I've seen what He's done in the hospitals and with people. And since I've got out, I've been a preacher, and I've seen what God has done with people in the church. So my thing is this: have faith in God, have faith in your country, be a patriot, be loyal to your family, and put God first in everything. And if you do that, you'll have a successful life. If you don't, you're on your own, and when you need help and there's nobody around to help you, who are you going to call on? But if you have God there, you have Him to call on. He's the one He's your real help. People in this world will let you down, but God never will. He's never let me down. He's blessed me so much. And I love my country. I love what the flag stands for. I love what the people stand for. And I love every one of you. I tell you what, we have to love people. We have to love each other. We have to come together. It's like in a family. If you're a family that doesn't stick together, it's not going to survive. The nation that doesn't stick together doesn't survive. So appreciate the blessings that you have. And if you ever get to take a trip, go somewhere like China, or go somewhere like Russia, go somewhere like Venezuela, go to some of these countries and visit and see how they live, and then come back and see if you live better. I guarantee you'll see that a different thing in the way you feel about your country, in the way you feel about your life. You know, I'm not telling anybody to do anything, but think about these things that I've told you, and these other men that's going to be speaking to you, that we have something greater than money or anything else if we just accept it, take it into our life, and let Him take control of it. It's beyond explanation.
Okay, well, thank you.